Members of the Scottish and Welsh Commonwealth Games teams have arrived at the Athletes' Village in Delhi, with English competitors arriving tomorrow. The army has been drafted in to help finish the building work of the complex, but India's Chief Minister of Delhi insists everything will be completed by Wednesday. Ashish Joshi reports.
This army crane is rolling towards India's new front line. The battle for these soldiers is to rebuild a footbridge and restore some of India's battered reputation. This new construction is being put together on the site of the former bridge, which collapsed without warning, seriously injuring a number of workers. The government has pledged to finish the job in the next 3 or 4 days. The tournament starts on October the 3rd. Because the organisers could not rely on other builders, it's depending on the engineering corps.
Calling in the army to rebuild this footbridge gives us an indication of exactly how seriously the Indians are taking the challenge that lies ahead of them. But the next few days are going to be critical, because with more athletes from around the world arriving in Delhi, the infrastructure that's been put together hasn't really been tested up until now.
The first Welsh and Scottish athletes have arrived in Delhi, and they'll be joined over the coming days by up to 7,000 competitors and officials from 71 Commonwealth territories. The Welsh athletes have been brought straight to the village. Chris Jenkins, the Welsh chef de mission, has been living here for a few days. The pressure has paid off, he reckons, and now he's quite impressed with the facilities.
Came in very well on the games lane. That was very good, very secure, very well protected. The athletes were very impressed. We felt very safe. Then came on a new section of road from the athletics stadium to very close to the village. First time I've seen that, because it's open just for games traffic, I think. So they were very impressed. I was very impressed. So no, we're very pleased.
Urgent action over the past few days has brought the living quarters up to a decent standard. It's good, but not what the England camp had been expecting.
There was promises of 5-star, and it could have been 5-star. It's not 5-star. It's reasonable 3-star, and athletes are fine with that.
There is still some concern about the health risks, especially the threat of the potentially deadly dengue fever. The mosquito-borne disease regularly strikes Delhi, claiming lives. The most recent outbreak was just a few weeks ago. But the city's health minister insists she has personally inspected the sites and there is minimal risk.
Well, I wouldn't say that it is not a matter of concern. That is why we are attending, but a lot of it has been addressed. The Press Control of India is looking after the towers.
The mood in Delhi has definitely changed in the past few days. From despair, there is actually optimism and hope that Delhi might just pull this off. All over the city there is intense activity. But this needs to be more than a makeover. Painting over the cracks just won't do.
And Ashish joins us live from Delhi now, so at least we are seeing some signs of progress, Ashish. But will everything be ready by next Saturday?
It will be in some shape or form, Steve, because the Indian government, the authorities here, simply don't have a choice. The inspections carry on a daily basis. There are athletes arriving by the hour from all over the world. If their accommodation isn't ready in the village, then they'll be put up in hotels at the cost of the Indian government and the Commonwealth Games Committee. So yes, in some shape or form, these games will go ahead, will have to take place, barring a major disaster over the next 7 days. The Indian authorities understand the need now for urgency. That's why they've drafted in the army, and that's why the Chief Minister of Delhi, she goes to the site almost every day, and she says she will make sure all the resources that are required to make this happen will happen. So it's gone to the very top, to the Prime Minister, who's putting pressure on all of his ministers. So in some shape or form, yes, it will take place, barring any major disasters between now and next week.
OK, Ashish, thank you. The former Great Britain